Namaskaram. On behalf of Rasa web channel, we are very happy to have with us Shri Rajkumar Bharati. Namaskaram, sir.
Namaskaram, Mai. It gives me great pleasure to be here with you and share my experiences with you for Rasa web channel. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Right from the time when you started interacting with the world, you would have been introduced as a great grandson of Mahakavi Subramanya Bharati. Though this was a prestige that no one else could take away, did you ever feel the pressure to achieve the standard expected, sir?
To be very honest, at a very young age, I did not know the significance of the fact that I belong to the Bharati family. I only looked at it with enthusiasm when people would come and tell me, "Oh, this young boy is Bharati's great grandson." I didn't even know what great grandson meant at that time. Well, as the years passed, I only knew that this person was somebody very famous, a person who was respected by many. So I was happy to have that attention on me. And as years rolled by and as I grew up, I slowly came to know of this great man's greatness and why he is being revered and respected all through the world. And since then, I had only felt immensely grateful to creation for having made me as a great grandson of Bharati. And I never felt any pressure in that aspect. I made sure, at least I told myself I have to live up to that expectation as being a great grandson of Bharati. Yeah.
As a student of three exponents like Sri Valiyur Gurumurthy, Sri Balamurli Krishna and Sri T.V. Gopalakrishnan, tell us the difference in the perspectives of your gurus and share some of the experiences you had with each of them.
And that's a very interesting question. See, like what happens in a school or a college, we have many teachers, many lecturers. As an individual, I had the opportunity of learning from three gurus at different time periods. As a youngster, I think when I was 10 years old, I went and became a student went to Gurumurthy sir and became a student. He had a school in Nungamakam. We were living opposite to the Vallur Kotam. And my mother was keen on sending me to a proper guru, since I showed glimpses of my talent in singing. For a period of about 12 years, I was with Vallur Gurumurthy sir. He was like a typical guru. Initially, I was in a group class. And I was the only male candidate. The rest were all girls. So at that age of 10 or 11, Shruti was not an issue. I used to sing same as the other girls did, like 5.5 or 6. In fact, I would be able to reach the top 5 and better than them. And my guru would even comment, "Ennada, ennama paadran ungalaala paada mudiyala," he used to ask. And Mr. Gurumurthy was having that institution there for a brief period, and then he wound up that school, and then I went to him as an individual to have classes with him. I was with him for about 12 years, wherein I learned from the basics, the varnams, the kritis. I used to take part in many music competitions, and I used to win prizes and go and tell him all those things. During that time, I had a fascination to go and learn Tillanas from Dr. Balamurali Krishna.
Okay.
I was terribly drawn towards the compositions. So my mother took me to Dr. Balamurali Krishna. Normally he didn't accept many students at that time. And then he made me sing a song and then said, okay. But eventually he taught more of his compositions than the Tillanas. All the classes I had with him were very short in duration. Like I'll go there, the first day he gave me a book, and then he said, I just give you a book because you need to have a book for reference. But don't look at the book and sing. He'll teach me a song. I'll learn it very quickly, in 10-15 minutes. That's all. Finished. So next time when you go for the class, he said, what happened in the last class? I said, he taught me this song, sir. You know it? Yes. I'll sing and show. That's all. Then he will say, we'll do the next song. Like that it was. It was a short duration classes. In the meanwhile, I had a great liking for Hindustani music. Somehow I wanted to learn Hindustani, I wanted to perform Hindustani concerts. And in Chennai, you can't look for many gurus in Hindustani music. There were only a few of them. There was one Pandit Krishnanand who used to teach Hindustani music to all the senior Vidwans here in Chennai. And my guru T.V. Gopalakrishnan also had learned Hindustani music from Krishnanand sir. So I thought it would be easier for me to interact with T.V.G. sir. So I went to him and asked him that whether I can learn from him Hindustani music. He said, okay, come on. At the same time, I started also learning advanced lessons in Carnatic music with T.V.G. sir. Over a period of time, T.V.G. sir asked me to sing along with him in concerts. That was the next stage, because you learn from a guru for some time, and then the next stage would be you accompanying the guru in his concerts. That gives a different perspective, because you are able to watch the guru perform, and you are exposed to an audience, and you are exposed to the concert atmosphere as to how a concert would be. What are the things that are required as an artist from you in a concert? How you interact with the accompaniment, and how the guru is able to manage different types of audiences. It may be a December audience, or it may be an audience in a temple in a remote village. It may be Tamil Nadu, it may be Kerala, it may be Andhra. How the composers change. How if you go to Andhra, he sings some more compositions of Annamaya. And if he goes to Karnataka, what do you do with Purandara Rasa? Or if you go to a place where they have not that much of a following for Carnatic music, how do you sing to that audience? All these experiences I learned. And with the T.V.G. sir, the additional fact was that once during a December festival, I think somewhere in 1984, I had a concert slated for performance in Millapur Fine Arts. And I was not doing well that day, my voice was not good. And it came in the papers. Millapur Fine Arts evening, this concert, Rajkumar Bharati, practically a disciple of T.V.G. I specifically told him I was not doing well. I'll somehow manage, hoping that he won't come to the concert. But what happened was, as I was singing the second song, I saw him coming from there. I thought, what will I do? The voice is not already good. He has come. And not only that, with him he brought 2 or 3 people also. I don't know who they were. And then he sat through the entire concert and I managed the concert. And after the concert was over, he came and he brought those two gentlemen who had come with him and said, "See how he sang. I told you." Then that gentleman told me, "Okay, next year, that is in 85, during April Ramanavami, you will have a concert in my Sabha on such and such a date." That was something new, because normally gurus encourage you, but this guru was different. He brought his secretary along and he just asked his secretary, "See, didn't I tell you? What did you feel?" And then that organizer tells me, "You have a concert." That was my entry into Karnataka. And then I was having a great time in Karnataka till I had to stop singing owing to a problem. So these were the three different types of experiences I had with my three different gurus.
Great. What pulled you towards music? Was it natural, as music was integral to your family, or did you at any point realize the sweetness of music that proved to be your career?
That's again a very interesting question. What pulled me towards music is an unknown factor. I only knew the pull. As I told you, as a kid, I think one day I just hummed a film song or something. That made my parents recognize, "Oh, this child is singing." Of course, music was in the family because my mother was a very good singer and my father had knowledge in music. He used to play on the violin, he used to play on the bulbul tara and things like that. And my brother also showed that he was capable of singing but didn't pursue it further. So what they did was, my mother taught me some Bharatiya songs. And without telling me, she took me to a competition one day and asked me to sing in front of so many people, and I refused. She tried to coax me, cajole me, threaten me, and all those things. But I was very sure I won't sing. And then I had a big scolding after I came back. This boy is very adamant and he did not sing. Then I thought, why shouldn't I sing? Okay, let us sing. And then slowly it became like that. And as I started learning, I noticed that music came to me very naturally, in the sense I didn't have to struggle much. If my guru taught a Sangati, it came to me immediately. I immediately was able to reproduce it. I was able to recognize many things, which I understand now takes a lot of time. I was able to do it very easily. No practice, nothing. I never practiced in my life. Very little only. So even without practice, if they sing some new Sangati, immediately I'll be able to sing, reproduce it. And then after a stage, I took part in competitions. And then I started winning prizes in music competitions. So probably that also acted as a catalyst. And you meet people, your colleagues. Sudha Raghunathan was known as Sudha Venkatraman in those days. She was one of the colleagues in competitions field. Sudha Venkatraman and Geeta Raja, that is Anna Sairam's co-sister. And then some of them, T.V. Shankaranarayan sir's wife, Vijayalakshmi, and there were a few others were there. We all used to take part in music competitions, and I was the only male candidate. And what would normally happen is, if Sudha won the first prize, I will win the second. If I won the first prize, she will win the second. It was like that. Slowly I was drawn towards music like that. And then I won the Tambura prize in the Indian Fine Arts competition. And what they do is, this year they conduct a competition, and if you win a prize, Tambura prize, the next December season they will give you a slot. Okay. So somewhere in 75 or 76, I think 75 I won the competition, 76 December I sang. That was a typical. Before that I sang in a marriage concert probably, and in a music academy mid-year series, or it happened after this, I don't remember. So that was the first major concert. Because the previous year Sudha sang. She also won the prize, she sang. I used to chase her like 1 year. She used to ask me even, like, she will ask me. And then, as a result of that, somebody came to that concert and they said, why don't you do a concert for this? There was one Viveka Fine Arts. That gentleman will be looking for youngsters. Any new artist, fresh, young blood, if he is impressed, he'll give a concert. So I sang. So it was going on like this, and my commitment slowly went up, and it was Bharatiya centenary in 1982. I was asked to sing in the Doordarshan. There was one music director, Deva. There was a producer, M.S. Perumal, who called me. See, I wanted to sing Bharati's song. I was known as Rajkumar till then. I will make you Rajkumar Bharati so that people will recognize you as a descendant of Bharati. M.S. Perumal was the producer, and he called me. This is a Bharati song. That was Bharati centenary. 1982 was Bharati centenary. And I want to introduce you as Rajkumar Bharati, though I was known only as Rajkumar till then. And then Deva was the music director. Tennis Central, Deva was the music director. He was employed in the TV at that time. Then I realized that TV is such a powerful medium. Okay? Because now you have so many channels. In those days there was only Pudige. So if I come on the TV, next day when you go on the streets, they will look at you, yesterday you came on the TV, sir, all those things. See, at that age it was very exciting. And I became very popular. So, 4-5 songs, I don't remember, 5-6 songs, at periodic intervals. By which time I had finished my graduation in engineering, and I took up a job in Chennai, and slowly I had more opportunities. And because they saw me on the TV, I had calls to sing for film also. I had a call from Shyam sir, I had a call from M.S. Viswanathan, all those things. And I didn't know what to do. I didn't want to lose any of them. And I didn't want to leave my job also because I was not sure.
गजाननं भूतगणातिसेवितं कवित्तजम्बूफलसारभक्षितम्. There are 6 policies by which a man may achieve his ends in the world. Let us search systematically. Let us search without haste. Ramashadyuktayo loke yabhis sarvam vimrishyate.
People in my family had a lot of talent, but nobody took it up as a profession, full-time profession. So I thought I can manage both. But the opportunity started growing and I couldn't attend my office regularly. So my boss was a very nice man because he was interested in music. He will be surprised. He had a separate attendance register for me. And he will do so many manipulations. He will make use of the next year's PL, actually everything, and adjust something and tell the board something. Till it reached a point where I had to quit. By which time I knew I can't leave music. I had to choose between music and job. And I chose music.
Great.
And even when I took up music as a full-time career, I didn't know how it was going to be. You see, I was having a job and then I resigned my job. Normally what happens is, some of the days are full, some of the days are filled in your calendar. Sometimes the whole month is vacant. Then there is a fear whether we did the right thing. Because by which time I had a family also. I quit the job when my wife was carrying my son, our first child. She was 7 months pregnant. I had to quit because I didn't expect. I had promised to take her to a movie after a long time. Because of my commitments, I couldn't go out with her. And then my employer tells me there is a meeting, you have to stay back. I said, I can't stay back. He said, no, there is a serious issue. I am closing my R&D research wing because of some other problems. And you are again, there's a problem with you are frequently going on leave. And I don't know what to do with you. I said, I'll quit. He said, no, don't be in a hurry. I'll put you in charge of sales. I said, no. If you're going to put me in charge of sales, that means I'll have to travel a lot. And I'm not willing to do it. My purpose of staying in Chennai was to have music mainly. And that will get defeated if you're going to post me as a sales in charge and I keep touring everywhere. Then he said, what are you going to do? I said, I'll quit. Then he said, you think about it and let me know. I said, nothing to think about. Finished. Then I came and took my wife to the movie. I didn't tell her. On my way back, I told her this happened. Of course, they were expecting it to happen. But it happened too suddenly. My wife was in a job at the time. So we didn't have any immediate problems. But as an individual, as a man, you need to earn, isn't it? So whenever the days were vacant in my calendar, I used to feel a bit disturbed. And then suddenly from nowhere, all the days will get filled. It happened like this frequently. Then I understood it is not in my business. Right? I didn't plan to quit. I didn't plan to take up music. I didn't plan to do engineering. I am not responsible for any of these things. It all seemed to happen by itself, which is a fact. And so, whoever put me to music will take responsibility, whatever happens. So I quit my job. Of course, my Guru TVG was the one person who was telling me frequently, why are you in a job? I said, what is this question, sir? Everybody will say, be in a job. You also have music, but don't depend on this fully. Take up a job. But you are talking differently. He said, no. Unless you quit the job, you won't know what music is. Being a full-time professional is something different. I understood that. Then he, don't you believe in me? Yes. Yes. No, sir, I have faith in you. That's why I have come to you. Then quit. And then I said, no, let's not listen to him. But this happened. So I went and told him this happened. Then he said, "New Urupaduvai." From now on, he'll be all right. And so, the journey began like that. I got tremendously hooked to music. And the funniest part is, after being in the field for 15-20 years, when I was almost going to the top, from nowhere I had a problem with my voice, which forced me to abandon my singing career. I had to stop it. Nothing could be done about it. And I was rather clueless as to what I should do, because I was in my 40s at that time, and there was no point in going back to education or going back to it, because I was not updated in anything. I knew only music. I thought whether I should take up any business or nothing, and I was not good in business also. I tried my hand and it failed miserably. And then suddenly, some of the people, some of the dancers for whom I have worked and sang, they said, "Why don't you do music?" There was one Malati Iyengar for whom I sang. I sang for her Arangeta. Okay. And then she was the one who said, "Why don't you do music for something?" I did music, but I sang. And there was another Rama Bharadwaj, she asked me to do music for something. So I used to do music projects, music for dance, occasionally. But my main profession was singing in kacheris. Yeah. So when that got hit, I didn't know what to do. They only encouraged me, "Why don't you do music?" The thing is, I was not able to sing and show. See, if you have to sing and show a tune, isn't it? I was not able to sing and show. I used to sing in a false voice, like that, and all I used to sing and show. Somewhere they had faith. So they said, "Okay, you do." Like that only, even for Ramananjali, Ambika, Kameshwar, Sharda Natarajan, Sulochanamma, Natarajan sir, I sung in so many of their projects. And while I was singing, they had given me projects to do music for their ballets. And they also encouraged me, "Why don't you do music?" So it is strange that music still continued to be with me, even though I didn't sing. And then somebody took me to Shaktivel, there was a Mridangist, he took me to Priyadarshana Govind, and I did a composition. Then somebody took me to Alamelwal, I did a composition. Then somebody wanted. So it slowly began growing. And now I have reached a stage where I have done music. I am doing music for so many dancers. So if you ask the question, why? There is no answer. Somewhere music has bound itself. It has bound me to it. So a journey carries on.